win against Oscar the Tiger Garcia. Give you a hint. Going to be a great card. Thanks for joining us. Rich and I will be back with round one right after this message. Garcia, Marty Denkin making his comeback in the ring and looks great. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Jimmy Lennon Jr. looks great, and he's all set to introduce the fighter. Jimmy, if you will, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. We welcome you to the beautiful Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim as we present a big night of action coming away, and it's all brought to you by Forum Boxing Incorporated and the Arrowhead Pond, along with Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. Now we present the officials appointed by the California State Athletic Commission. Physicians Dr. Adam Carnes and Dr. Michael DeLuca. Timekeeper at the bell, John Lichty. Introducing to you at this time a referee in charge of this bout coming away. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Marty Denkin. All right, fans, here we go. Junior featherweights featured in this 10-round bout coming your way. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, joining us from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. His weight 124 pounds, with a fine record of 12 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. He has all 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Oscar Garcia. His opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round junior featherweight attraction. He is wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of the Espinosa Boxing Club and hailing from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. His weight 122 pounds. His fine record stands at 16 wins, 1 loss, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Israel Vasquez. And once again, it's Marty Denkin, a referee in charge, now to give instructions, 10 rounds of boxing.
No, abajo, arriba, okay? Toques de manos. Buena suerte.
All right, Marty Denkin, short and to the point. Vasquez is 5'6", 2 inches taller than Garcia. He's 2 pounds lighter. He is 3 years younger, and he has a reach advantage of 2 inches at 66 to 64. Rich Murata, these two guys bring some amazing stats in. I'm adding it up. 32 bouts between these two total, and of the 32, 26 have ended in knockouts. I don't know how long this one's going to go.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is Garcia considers himself more of a boxer than he does a puncher, but he scored 12 KOs and 12 victories.
And the other youngster in the ring, Vasquez, has 14 knockouts out of the 16 wins. I mentioned Marty Denkin, the third man in the ring, and it's great to see him back on the show. He was the former head man for the California State Boxing Commission, underwent enormous heart surgery, I think a 5-way bypass. He looks great, and it's good to see him back. He's one of the truly fine officials in this game.
Right, he's always in control of the ring and of the fighters. He was elected to the World Boxing Hall of Fame last year, and great to see Marty back.
And I tell you, he takes his refereeing very seriously, because the first rule of thumb for the referee is take care of the fighters. And a few moments before we came on the air, when the fighters were in the ring, Marty went over and literally introduced himself and checked with each kid to see how he was. So he's a very conscientious man in the ring. Well, these two guys are starting out as quickly as we thought they would. And the white trunks, that's Vasquez. He's the taller by 2 inches. And Garcia, a very tough guy, Rich. He went the distance with Morales, didn't he? Or lost to Morales in a fight for the title.
Well, he lost to Morales actually as an amateur. And Morales, the current champion at 122, and really impressive at 122. And this kid didn't fight often as an amateur, Tom. He only had 12 amateur fights, and he fought Morales as an amateur and lost a 2-1 decision to him.
On the other hand, young Mr. Vasquez was 58-0 as an amateur, and he's only 21 years of age, so he's been in the ring a lot, and he's still very early on.
He has fought and defeated a couple of former Mexican champions already in his brief career.
Oh, boy, just nailed Garcia with 2 solid overhand rights that jarred Garcia and backed him right up.
And Garcia reddening now around the right eye already. Those two ex-champions that he fought, Mexican champions, Marcelo Nava and Enrique Angeles, and he beat both of them.
And again, he is finding Garcia a very willing target for that right hand. He's dropping it right over a very lazy left by Garcia, and he has landed some solid shots and scoring in close with uppercuts. A very big round, an opener here for Vasquez. Take a quick look at Garcia, Rich, and tell me if he doesn't resemble Armando Muniz.
Yes, he does. In fact, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I thought he also looked a little like a Yuri Boy Campus facially.
Yeah.
He's pretty well cut. I'll tell you, both these kids showed up in shape.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, Vasquez has really landed some solid shots, and Garcia's face is showing the effects of it. Got a big welt under the left eye. His face is reddened. He gets belted again, and that's the end. The bell brings us to the end of round one.
And he's bleeding now, too, on the right side of the face is Tigre Garcia. Vasquez had a very impressive first round. Look at that long left jab to set up his right cross. That was a big key for him. Remember, he is fighting a smaller man, so he utilized his reach advantage very well. But here he is also showing the ability to fight inside, Tom. And if that's the case, then Garcia has got a real dilemma going.
Over in the corner with Garcia, they're busy patching him up, and he certainly shows the effects of a very tough opening round. Across the way in the other corner, Frank Espinoza and company. We're quite pleased with the efforts by that young man. Incidentally, a social note, Frank and Candy Espinoza celebrated their 16th wedding anniversary last week, and Frank wanted to have me mention that fact, and we're happy to do so. All right, up they come for round two.
I was really hoping you wouldn't say tonight.
No, it isn't. In fact, when he told me about it, I said, "It's your anniversary tonight." He said, no, last week. I said, well, she'd have to be a very understanding woman. Put up with you for 16 years, Frank, and then have you come to a boxing match on your anniversary night. But no, it was last week. All right, Vasquez in the white and Garcia in the black, and I tell you, Vasquez is finding Garcia very easy to hit with almost everything he throws, Rich.
Well, one thing Garcia has admitted, and he admitted coming into this match, Tom, that he has trouble fighting taller fighters. It's just hard for him. And he's definitely looking up at Israel Vasquez tonight, and Vasquez is using every inch of that reach advantage that he has here this evening.
Well, he's 2 inches taller, and he's got an advantage of 2 inches in reach, and he has just pummeled Garcia in the opening round and a half so far, landing some solid right hands, cutting Garcia, hitting him with almost everything he throws. And to Garcia's credit, he hasn't gone down, but he has been stopped in his tracks a couple of times.
You know, Tom, it looks like more than 2 inches because Vasquez has very long arms. They're longer. And it's not just a 2-inch thing in the arms. Remember, reach is measured wingspan from the end of one hand to the end of the other. And so that includes the shoulders. Garcia's broader in the shoulders. But as far as that arm length goes, big advantage for Vasquez.
Garcia switches to the southpaw